Father at center of measles outbreak didn't vaccinate children due to autism fears, CBC News.
Here's a summary of the article.
Emmanuel Bilodeau said he neglected to get his children vaccinated for measles because he and his then-wife were concerned about reports of a link with autism. The man whose family is at the center of a measles outbreak in Vancouver said he didn't vaccinate his children because he distrusted the science at the time. In an exclusive interview with CBC News, Emmanuel Bilodeau said he and his then-wife were influenced by reports that linked the vaccine that prevents measles, mumps and rubella with autism. The MMR vaccine prevents measles, mumps and rubella by helping the body make chemicals called antibodies to fight off the viruses. Bilodeau's son is shown with a rash on his back caused by measles. A blood test ordered by VCH has since confirmed his youngest son has measles, and the other two are still waiting for confirmation, Bilodeau said. Measles can lead to serious complications in some children, including pneumonia, encephalitis or death.
This post received a score of 66,783, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Can't have autism if you're dead. Just saying, it technically worked.
Logic level 100.
Destruction 100. Till possible dead children is not as bad as possible autism. There is no link to autism and immunization.
I think that's the kicker. These people are saying they'd potentially rather have their children die over having autism.
There are plenty of people with forms of autism who are almost indistinguishable from everybody else too. Chances are you've met many higher-functioning autistic people in your life and simply never noticed. Source: am autistic. And I'm pretty not normal, but that's not my point. Ditto. Took until my current wife for someone I didn't tell that I was to go, "Are you slightly autistic?" You wouldn't guess I am without being around me a lot, but I guess even if I got it from vaccines I didn't. You can't. I'm being devil's advocate. I guess it's better I had polio instead. These people are the people I've hated since I was a kid. The friend's parent you knew that was sure that playing video games would make you blind or that playing paintball would make you violent, they believed it and never tried to follow the logic once in life.
What made her ask you if you were autistic, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, we knew each other 15 years ago, and when we met back up 5 years ago I hadn't really changed much in terms of personality. That itself isn't some real indication, but on top of that I typically have issues knowing what's inappropriate to talk about with people and tend to require her advising me on what's okay and not okay to discuss and with who, etc. People don't seem to mind because apparently I'm very genuine and it's not offensive, but I can usually see what she's saying about talking about the science and statistics behind cancer with someone who's been diagnosed isn't really helpful even if it's on topic and relevant. There are a lot of small things too, but I'd have to ask her for specifics otherwise, to be honest. My mother and father had me diagnosed when I was much younger, but it didn't hurt my learning or anything, so it pretty much went nowhere. So, our daughter, too, was just diagnosed. Other than a bit of a language delay she's pretty average, I think. After a bare minimum of trying to figure out what ASD really is, the analogy I've come up with is it's like how some people are left-handed and most people are right-handed. You shouldn't view it necessarily as some sort of defect or disability. The brain just works a little differently. As someone who was diagnosed with ASD, what do you think of this analogy? Should I be interpreting it differently?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.